Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a T1 Cunnigham. It's a Tier 1 American light tank. It's located on the south spawn of Himmelsdorf and it's under the command of Apache 6467 of REBRN. Now he's armed with a 37mm cannon, which is capable of 30 alpha and penetrating 33mm of armour. And if he's got the top gun, he's got the automatic cannon, which has got, well, a fair number of rounds actually. I think it's 6 rounds, or is it 10? I think it's 10 rounds in the mag at any one time. Okay, game starting. He's headed off for the banana. Let's see how much damage he can do. They only built 10 of these tanks, and 4 of them were the T1E1 version, which is the top of the line version. And they built them, started building them in 1927. And completed it in 1932, and they weren't any more built after that 10. And there is still one around. Apparently it's at Fort Benning, I believe, or where all the tanks were moved after they moved the School of Armour down to Fort Benning. Okay, we spotted a couple of enemy tanks off in the distance. This is the first proper domestically designed and built tank by the Americans. Of course, they did build some FT-17s under license from Renault, but this is the first tank that was actually designed by the Americans and built by them. Oh, he just got hit by that Renault Otso's machine gun, and he's firing his cannon back. He managed to get 2 rounds in, but he lost 2 shots, or took 2 rounds from the Renault. He's trying to pull back without actually receiving too much damage. Oh yes, well there goes the Renault Otso, but it wasn't his kill. It was the FT who managed to get him. Okay, so he's just reloading, turning round. The FT, oh, he's being pushed out in front of the enemy. I think he could probably have you for team killing there. Except of course he didn't die. And well, Apache's getting into position. Gets a round into that Renault Otsu, and now he's going off down the other end of the street, even while his gun's pointing at the Renault Otsu. And oh, he's found somebody he didn't want to meet straight off. It's another FT. Okay, so he's locking on, blasting it with rounds, pulls away. Just got to reload. 8.25 seconds per reload. It is 5 rounds actually. And yep, fired all his rounds and killed the FT with just 4 of them. MS1 at the end of the street. He needs to get close, and the MS1's been killed. Okay, so who's around the corner? There's a medium 1 around the corner. Now he could probably wipe out or do serious damage to Apache, but he's badly damaged now, just a 1 shot. All he needs to do is come around the corner and fire at him once, and that's it. Yep, got the kill. So that's 2 kills. We've got a LOL tractor, or Leica tractor, further down the railway line. But there's an FT just around the corner. So instead of going after that though, he's aiming for the Cruiser 1. Not one single shot on target. Oh, no, he got the last one in. Now, going around the corner without being loaded might be a bit of a problem, because that Renault is sitting there. In fact, he's not really taking part. And that's an Amarak. Blew his turret off. Okay, who's the next victim? That's 4 kills so far for Apache. LOL Tractor's next. He's auto aimed on, and he gets the kill. 5 kills. He's going for a quick top gun. There's only 4 enemies remaining. There's 9 left on his team. He's got some distance to go to get to that 4TP. He's right in the enemy cap area, or his cap area rather, not the enemy cap area. And there's an FT just along this road, and I think he's going to go for the FT first, because it's very likely the 4TP will be taken out by one of his teammates. And I think he would rather like to get that 4TP or the FT. FT's just around the corner. Here he is. Locks on. Goes for the kill. Unfortunately, he fires all his rounds. And now the FT gets a quick shot at him. And no, doesn't get all the shots in. Only one more round needed and the game's already over. They've captured the base. So he misses out on his top gun. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Apache 6467 in the T1 Cunnigham. He got Demolition Expert. He blew up one of the FTs, and he also got a 5 for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle. A fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 5 and a Hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from 4 different enemy tanks, and a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. His win rate for the game was 10,459. Now, team score. 908 hit points of damage from that game, not enough to qualify for a high caliber. The next scorer was the light tractor with 883, and after that the 4TP with 721 on the enemy team. When it came to kills, he had the highest number with 5. Next high score was the 4TP with 3, the light tractor, the medium, and the Renowatsu had 2 kills apiece. And when it came to base XP, he had the highest with 559, so that's all you need to get in order to get an ace tanker in this vehicle. Let's have a look at detail. 51 shots fired, 32 direct hits and 28 penetrations. Damage of 908 hit points, all of it at close range. Received 7 hits from the enemy, 6 were penetrations, 1 non-penetration, and 2 enemy vehicles spotted. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 destroyed, and 48 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 15,437 credits, and there was no ammunition cost, so that's what he took away. He got 30 bonds for the game, and 838 XP, times 2 for the first victory, took away 1,677 experience points altogether. He said it was a casual tier 1 ace. I think some players do go back to the tier 1s and try and play them in order to, you know, beef up their scores, because when they started playing when they were young and new and fresh to the game, they probably didn't get very good scores and didn't get aces, but now once they're practiced they do. But personally I find it a little bit of a problem, because the fact is that a lot of the players you're playing against happen to be noobs, fresh in the game, and you do have the advantage of all the knowledge that you've accumulated over the years. And so that's why a lot of people call it puppy kicking or seal clubbing, and as a consequence they're not, you know, very keen on it. And I think wargaming really ought to make it so that if you do actually reach past tier 1, after a few tiers up the scale, maybe if you get to tier 5, that you can no longer enter tier 1, that you can only go down as far as tier 2, and that way it will give the people at tier 1 a chance to survive battles up against only people who are also noobs and haven't really learnt the game yet. But it's another ace tanker for Apache, so he's quite happy with that. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.